Hello Taurus, welcome to my channel, The Herb Lady. I hope this video finds you guys all well, healthy, and as happy as you can be, considering the fact that we are going through quite a bit of changes right now. Um, you know, honestly, I had to take a little bit of a hiatus, which is why you guys' video is a little bit late this month. Pisces full moon was a bit difficult for me, and I don't mean that. I guess it's difficult usually is the word that comes out when I'm required to slow down and take a moment to reflect and introspect, and that's really what I had to do, except this time more than usual it was kind of difficult considering the energies that was surrounding me during the Pisces new moon. So I was kind of feeling all of that 100-fold for the Pisces full moon. But regardless of that, I'm back and I'm so glad to be able to do you guys' reading for the month, and I hope you guys enjoy this reading. And also, so I changed a few things in regards to my channel here. So usually at the beginning of my videos, I do the herb of the month, and what I have decided to do is film a completely separate video on the herb of the month. And once I get that video up, I will have it in the description box for future videos. But for Taurus right now, you guys, if you guys are interested in listening to the herb of the month, I would definitely check out the videos labeled Virgo through Aquarius. For you guys, maybe check out the Scorpio video because that's your opposition sign, and you guys may enjoy that reading a lot and glean some information and also learn about the herb of the month, which happens to be frankincense and myrrh. So check out those videos if you guys want some more information in regards to it. Please follow me on Instagram at the Herb Lady. Subscribe to my channel. You guys, please, please support my work here because I really am doing this for a noble cause, because so many people out there really do need to hear real encouraging messages for themselves and just really have a real general reading that gives them insight on how to move forward. And especially for my fellow light workers and healers out here who need a reader who is geared more so towards healing work and restoring and replenishing people's inner light and their inner processes. Because for light workers, healers, people who work with spirit, that is extremely important for our spiritual backbones to be strong. So please support my page, you guys, and let's go ahead and get into the reading here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull a card from my Universe Has Your Back deck. This deck pretty much is it's an awesome deck that's just full of very encouraging messages. So we're gonna pull an encouraging message for Taurus, and hopefully it resonates with you guys and it kind of hits the nail right on the head. So I need one card for Taurus. One card for Taurus for the month of September. One card for Taurus for the month of September. One card for Taurus for the month of September. One card for Taurus for the month of September. Alright. So Taurus, you guys got, when I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. And see that big giant eye there? That's definitely some third eye chakra energy. So from what I'm getting, the changes in the world have been affecting you guys, Taurus, and it's probably left you feeling uncertain. And because Taurus is definitely a sign that values stability above all else, you guys truly are the fixed sign of fixed signs. We know we got Aquarius, Leo, and Scorpio, and Taurus, who are the fixed signs. Taurus truly is that earthy, grounded, sometimes stuck in the mud, fixed sign. You guys seek your financial and material stability above all else, because that's what makes you guys feel stable as people. It's like you guys, because you guys are the more reasonable side of Venus, you're on the receiving end of Venetian influence. Venus likes stability. Venus likes nice things. Venus likes comfortable things. And if that's being fucked with, then you got a not so friendly Taurus on your hands. So from what it seems like, because of so many changes, it's left you guys feeling uncertain, and it may have shaken your faith a little bit. But it's saying when you lean on certainty and faith, you can change your mind about the world you see. And literally, let's talk about going back to the lesson of how we view where our mind dwells is where our reality swells. So we're not talking about deceiving the mind. We're not talking about deceiving ourselves and saying it'll be okay while blindly glossing over things. We're talking about the concept of saying, I have faith in God, I have faith in my ancestors, and I'm certain that my actions as well as my faith will lead me to an end result of stability. So, and following up with actions and with faith. So, you know, Taurus, I don't know who needs to hear that message, but whoever needs to hear that, that's for you. So we're going to pull 2 cards from my Soulful Woman deck. And like I say in my other readings, and I'm only going to say this one time because I've kind of had to say it like 8 times so far. And with Soulful Woman, just because it is a deck that says, you know, Soulful Woman, does not mean it doesn't apply to men, non-binary, any other gender or non-gender identification in between. So, you know, being human, it is required. Being human, we possess both feminine and masculine energy within us. Those energies are needed in order to create us. Those are the energies that come together to create life, to create the human factor. And all of us possess that. And so many of the topics that we feel only applies to women actually applies to men too, actually applies to non-binary, actually applies to anybody who identifies as a fucking human being. So, you know, I'm not coming off aggressive, but it really is just like, in case for anybody out there that's getting stuck on gender, this ain't about gender, this is about energy. So you guys did have 1 card that came out, it dropped to the ground, which means that maybe some grounding work needs to be done, Taurus. Like, you guys may be up in the air with a lot of things right now, and you may need to take some time out to ground in order to really like find your center and get you back into a place where you are feeling certain about yourself and you're renewing and restoring your faith. So we're just gonna pull a 2nd card here. Taurus for the month of September. Taurus, all right, cool. So for the first card here, the card says creative cocooning. Creative cocooning is a freedom I give myself. I create a safe nest for peace, healing, and calm. So it seems like, because this card keeps trying to like fall out of my hand. It's already fallen out of my hand twice. And it seems like that safe environment that Taurus is trying to create for itself. And look at this, like in both cards, it's a nest with eggs. So both cards here have the same environment where it's talking about nesting. Now we're definitely getting into the territory of stability here, Taurus. So like, we're talking about home. This is home base, this is finances, this is material matters here. And you guys could either literally be in a situation where you have babies on the way, a baby on the way, you have something on the way that's definitely going to need a stable environment. And simply that could just be yourself. Like, you are transforming, you're going through like a transformation of self, and you need for your home life and your stability to be stable. And some of you guys may have definitely gone through the effects of the pandemic and losing your job. Some of you guys are just in an unstable place right now, and your energy is like you're losing faith and you're losing certainty. Everything just feels uncertain because you don't have home. You don't have a home base. But it's saying, creative cocooning is a freedom I give myself. I create a safe nest for peace, healing, and calm. Now, going back to like Aries reading, we had touched on this a little bit with like inner guidance and inner peace and sanctuary. So in terms of you guys, it definitely applies more materially, but remember that anytime we manifest anything like material, it always starts with mental and spiritual and emotional, like how we feel. If we feel absolutely certain in ourselves and in our process that we are going to obtain that which we desperately need, we obtain it. Like, it comes to us that much easier in the physical because everything else is already aligned. So you have to really take some time out and be creative with how it is that you manifest your stability, Taurus, because I can see that for quite a bit of Tauruses right now. You guys may be going through a phase where things don't seem stable, and just remember that it's a phase. Like, this is not permanent. This is not a permanent action. And like, what I'm feeling also is the fact that so what I'm getting like, for some of y'all out there, what I would do is definitely mind your P's and Q's in regards to sexual intercourse, because you can either be having a baby or finding out that you're about to have a baby, and that shit's gonna make you feel immediately destabilized because you're just already feeling so up in the air. It's gonna make that effect happen even greater. Or what I'm also getting is the fact that literally, like, if you guys are not in a home, are not in a stable home is coming towards you. Like, it's coming. That home that you're trying to manifest, that situation that you're in, is about to resolve itself. It's coming. It's about to, this period of instability is coming to an end, but at the same time, it's asking you to change your outlook in the way that you look at life, in the way that you look at occurrences and things that happen around you. So now with the second card here, it says service as co-creation. My service, no matter how great or small, is a conscious act of co-creation with the world. So as you can see, another woman with the nest, the bird has literally made a nest of her hair. So it's like, for some of you guys, literally, you guys might be a source of stability for other people, and not just in terms financially. Like, you could be spiritual stability. You could be somebody's teacher. You could be somebody's healer, and they turn to you because they know that you're a stable source. Like, your shit is legit. What comes out of your mouth is legit. They rely on you. But, you know, and also in the background, the water is flowing, which shows me that there's a healthy flow of emotion that comes from you guys, and your service is genuine. So it's like, your service, it comes from an emotional place, but at the same time, it's emotionally grounded and it's emotionally healthy, because the flow of emotional energy is steady. It's a steady flow, and it actually flows. There's no blockages there. And also, given the fact that it's like, go out in nature, watch how the birds take care of their young, watch how the birds create a stable and safe home for their young and for themselves when they're going through the transition of having to take care of some of their young, or just take care, period. When you have to take care of the young, when you have to take care, you could be taking care of an elderly family member. You may be coming into a space where you're gonna have somebody that really is gonna be leaning on you, Taurus, and will actually really need your help, and you guys may be called to step up, whether that is manifested through having a baby, becoming pregnant, or that's manifested through all of a sudden out of nowhere you're being asked to step up and offer and be of service to somebody in your family, or somebody that's really close to you, or somebody else's child. Like, you're gonna have to really step up and help out with that. So I would definitely, for some of y'all out there, definitely, you know, put a fucking glove on it. So okay, so we're gonna pull from my Mythic Tarot deck. For anybody that's interested in getting into reading tarot themselves, I definitely recommend this deck. It's a wonderful deck for beginners, especially people who are the type of learners through stories, through historical context. If you learn that way, awesome. Awesome. So all right, so I'm gonna pull 6 cards for Taurus for the month of September. We're gonna pull 6 cards for Taurus for the month of September. All right. All right, Taurus. So I really do feel like you guys are kind of like in a situation where you guys are feeling weighed down. Your spirit is asking for ascension, but at the same time your spirit is weighed down. What I'm getting more than likely from like a from a fire sign, from a very patriarchal type figure, or simply from the fact that you guys are not feeling empowered. So you're feeling weighed down because you're not feeling empowered. And if that is the case, it's because, you know, you could be seeing a slowing down of regular steady resources that are coming in, or you could have just seen a slowing down period of resources that were, or a full stop of resources that were already slow to begin with. You guys also have like the Magician card. So what I'm getting is like really strong Aries and Virgo energy, like strong Aries energy. Some of you guys could be dealing with the Aries who just is fucking with your shit, and that's just because I got the Emperor in reverse as well as the Magician in reverse, and sometimes the Magician can implore the fact that there is like some black, dark magic type shit going on. And I know that for some of you guys who don't believe in that, that can be an uncomfortable topic, but remember, part of the circumstance of everybody having a spiritual awakening and everybody, you know, consulting tarot and watching these tarot videos is that you also have those out there that watch those videos on how to do things to other people spiritually. So it's like, I feel like a part of you guys, like your spirit is being tampered with. And if it is, I get it from a big Aries energy or somebody with a lot of Aries in their chart, and they feel like extremely wronged by you. So, and they're fucking with your resources and your stability as a result. It also could be a Virgo. So like just a Virgo is somebody who just ain't got their head on right. Either way, their head ain't on right, because all of these major cards that denote a zodiac sign is in reverse. So what I get is that you guys are starting off in a period of ascension. You have the Four of Wands here, which is the 1111 card. It's also a card that speaks to it's a card that speaks to union. It's a card that speaks to marriage. So you guys are in a place where you could have either recently gotten married, recently gotten into a relationship, recently unionized, came together as one with another person, or just in a place where your spirit is like, okay, it's time to ascend. It's time for you to level up. The leveling up process is now taking place. But what's happening here is that you're probably feeling like, if for those of you that are like coming into this as a relationship, the relationship in and of itself is making you feel burdened. Like it's burdening your spirit to an extent. Part of your spirit feels burdened. And for some of you Tauruses out there who are just like, no, I don't feel that way at all, like that's great. And for some of you guys, this card may have struck a nerve, and if it did strike a nerve, you need to explore further into the nerve that was struck and try to figure out what it is about this relationship or this union that's making you feel weighed down and burdened. So, and even like the ascension process, like going into the other half of it, if you're in a place where you're ascending and then you get 10 of Wands that comes out afterwards, you could be feeling burdened by the ascension process in and of itself. Your spirit may be feeling like, this is a lot for me right now. Like I'm already feeling unsteady, I'm already feeling shaky, and now I have to level up. And as we know, growth is not always easy. Growth can be a really hard process, and especially when you're growing in spirit, it can just be a lot, and you're gonna watch a whole bunch of shit fall apart before it comes together and it solidifies. So with that being said, for those of you who are experiencing the growth process, it's making you feel like you're kind of knocked off your throne, you're kind of knocked out of your boss energy, that your confidence has waned, you don't feel quite confident in yourself, you're just feeling like, damn, I'm just going through it and I don't feel right and I don't feel good about myself. But it's okay, hang in there, Taurus. Like literally, this is just the process of growth. Like this is the process of spiritual ascension. Spiritual ascension is hard. When you choose this road to spiritually ascend, when you choose the road of spirituality, getting in touch with your ancestors, getting closer to God, getting closer to spirit, because we are literally like in such a low form of existence, we're not that we are lowly, we're just in a physical form of existence. We are spirits that are living in a physical body, and we're still trying to connect with the spirits that we're familiar with, who have been by our sides for millennia. While in this physical body, it's a little difficult. And as for the why, I can't tell you. I just know it's a little difficult, okay? So if you guys are in a relationship and you guys are experiencing the burden from being in a union, it's same thing. It's making you feel knocked off your square. It's making you feel like you're not quite confident, and it's making you feel like you can't lean upon yourself. You're kind of like either all the way leaning on this person, or you just don't feel confident, or you're dealing with an Aries, an asshole of an Aries, because this shit's in reverse. This is definitely the epitome of a selfish ass Aries who does not give a fuck about you and how their actions affect you. So that's already in and of itself something to reconsider on, Taurus, because or you're dealing with somebody who has a cardinal energy. It doesn't even have to be an Aries, just somebody with strong cardinal placements in their chart who is showing like, I don't give a fuck, like I'm in it for myself. And you subconsciously know that, and you know that it's burdening you and bringing you down. So with that being said, the Nine of Pentacles here. So you guys got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and already the Knight of Pentacles upright is such a slow moving card. Like he's the slowest knight in the whole deck, and all the court cards, he moves slow, he takes his sweet ass time. But usually with the Knight of Pentacles, kind of like the King of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is when you're working through the process with Saturn, with the planet of Saturn. And when it's upright, that means that it's working. It's really difficult, but it's working. And it just shows like everything is working, everything is coming together, but it's slow moving, because Saturn is the planet that teaches us how to move slow. It teaches us how to take our time and have patience with the process. So with the Knight of Pentacles being in the reverse, what it's showing me is that, you know, patience is not being exercised, and the process is just stop moving. Like, you guys are kind of coming to a standstill here, probably because either the person you're fucking with is not right for you, you're allowing your lack of confidence, you're allowing this lull to get the best of you, so you've just kind of given up on yourself. And when it stops moving, as like we're talking about it stopping moving in the material process, you guys. So already the instability that you're seeing with your attitude, you're creating more instability. Like, you're feeling burdened, so you keep saying I'm burdened, this is a lot, this is too much. In the back of your mind, you're thinking that, you're feeling that, and it's manifesting in reality. It's becoming more and more burdensome, and it's becoming more and more of a task, more and more of a chore for you. So, and then next here you got the Magician in reverse. So the Magician upright, as we know, that's manifesting your best life. It's like you're literally in a place where you feel like you could conquer the world. Like, the Magician and the Emperor are both Aries energy, you know, and it's like both of them are made to feel like they can conquer the world. This is Zeus, this is Hermes. Zeus is the god of gods, the king of gods, all of that, the emperor of emperors, everything. That's Zeus. And this is Hermes. He's the messenger of the gods. He's the one that relays the messages between men and spirit. So it's like, it either, like, you guys are being like flooded with all these messages from spirit because of your ascension process, and you're just kind of floored. You're sitting there, you don't know what the fuck to do, and you're just choosing to do nothing. Like, to me, either if you're dealing with an Aries, or if you're dealing with the strong cardinal energy that doesn't have your best interests at heart, they're using some type of black magic to fuck with you. If you are dealing with self, and this is definitely a journey between you, yourself, and you, this is the point where you're kind of like backing away spiritually, and you're backing up out of this ascension process. But remember, when you start this process, there's no stopping it. Once you start rolling the ball, you don't stop it, because basically you've rolled the ball, you've told the universe, you've told spirit, you've told your ancestors, your angel, your spirit guides, you've told God, look, this is the path that I've chosen. And so now you've gotten to the point where you've reached the end of that actual path that you've chosen, and they're like, okay, it's time to ascend. You got an option to go one way or to go the other way on your ascension journey, and you're over here just like, I would rather not. That's why the card is in reverse. So you're just kind of standing there. You're kind of standing there on your spiritual path. You're at a standstill, you're at a crossroads, and you hold so much tremendous power. Like, they've gifted you with all the tools necessary for either path that you choose. Just know that you have all of the tools necessary, Taurus. So, and get into our last card, the Hermit. Now we're in the Hermit reversed here. So what is showing me is that it's Virgo energy. From what I'm feeling, is probably for Virgo season, just in this Virgo season, or a Virgo could be coming in to help you guys like fine tune your process, or either a Virgo is gonna come in regards to your relationship, or Virgo is gonna come in regards to your spirituality. And either way, the Virgo is going to help you to step up outside of yourself, because you've been on ISO mode for a minute, that isolation mode, just kind of all deep within your head, just really like unsure, in a place where you're just like, I'm not completely sure. But during this Virgo season, you guys are either going to get into a place where you're like, I'm stepping out of that mode of being unsure, and the Magician goes from being in the reverse and it goes up right, or you guys are going to meet a Virgo who's going to help you to step out of that place of being unsure, or somebody with a lot of Virgo placements. So either this season is going to help you expand your energy, or this season is just probably the season where you're going through a lull in your energy. And that's okay, because we have to go through those seasons where we feel the lull. If we constantly rode out life on a high, we would not be able to appreciate the high fully, because we never know what it's like to feel low. The lows sometimes are the moments that we got to go through in order for us to appreciate the highs. Okay, Taurus? So, and if a Virgo is coming in who's probably literally, for Tauruses who are involved, if you got a Virgo coming in that's literally about to tell you, like, look, your relationship ain't shit, the person that you with ain't shit, and in your anger, you can get angry because yes, they're disrespecting, but also make sure you have an open enough mind to realize, like, okay, maybe I should like introspect on why this made me angry. Because usually people who are completely confident in their choice of spouse, mate, situation, whatever, like, they don't take no offense to that because they know it's all bullshit. Like, so, you know, you may have a Virgo coming in to drop some truth on you, or you just may have a Virgo coming in to guide you, because in this card, you know, the Hermit, he carries the lantern. And this is Kronos. Like, this is Kronos, who was Zeus's father. And he was kind of like going through the essence of being like Father Time before he became Death. He was already carrying the scythe of death, and he carries the lantern of Father Time. So he's just kind of like in the in-between. So he's not in the in-between, but it's like he's not quite Death, and he's still Father Time, and he's still just, his purpose, his destiny is in fulfillment mode, so he can move on to that which comes next. So for you guys, I'm gonna pull a card from my Urban Intellectuals deck. This is not a tarot deck, but it's a deck of prominent women in Black history. It's kind of like I pull this, the purpose of me pulling this is to see what energy you guys should probably take on for the month of September, the energy that'll probably help you. And apparently for you guys, Taurus, you guys need a little bit of a boost here for this month. Virgo season is proving to be a little bit more challenging than what you guys expected, but you guys have relief on the way. And if you guys are on the spiritual path, just know that you're on the right path. And it's like, being on the right path is not always easy. Like, yes, it flows, but it's not always easy. So it doesn't always just come off as being completely peaches and cream. It just doesn't, because what's happening is that you guys are being fine-tuned, the kinks are being worked out, so that once you finally reach your purpose and once you reach the destination, the journey has already molded you into the person that you need to be for when you get to the destination, Taurus. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull a card here. All right, that was quick. Probably the quickest pull that I've had all day. So you guys got Dr. Dorothy Height. And we're both gonna find out who this woman is together. So she was a civil rights and women's rights activist. She began her speaking career in high school as an anti-lynching activist. So this woman grew up during a time where they were, in this country, they were lynching us left and right and murdering us and feeling justified and having the law tell them that they were justified in murdering us. She broadened her activism after the founder of the National Council of Negro Women, Mary McLeod Bethune, and the U.S. First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt came to visit the YMCA where she worked. Alright, so she worked alongside Dr. Martin Luther King on several different campaigns and initiatives. She co-organized the March on Washington in 1963. She ran the YMCA in Harlem and the National Council of Negro Women for 20 years. Hite's later years were focused on strengthening the African American family. So, it kind of, I feel like, you know, with Dr. Hite, her story goes back to you guys' card here, being service as co-creation, because Dr. Hite helped create a movement. She helped to create a period of time where doors were being opened for us, where we had civil rights, the right to vote, the right to be considered human beings in this fucking country. So, you know, it's like she was of service to her people, and sometimes literally, like, the best way that we can get out of our heads is to be of service to others, and to literally, like, get out of that standpoint where it's about me. I feel so worn down. I feel so out of place. I feel so burdened, like, and actually embraced this opportunity to render service to others, because that, and I know it sounds like, well, what about me? What about me taking care of myself? Sometimes, literally, in the process of being of service to others, you can learn so much about yourself, and you can learn from the people that you are being of service to, and it can be an extremely enriching experience, because sometimes when we're so in our head constantly, when we just stay in our head, we tend to not be able to be enriched by the experiences around us. But it is when we get to the point where we're helping others and we're looking out for others that we can step outside of ourselves and find some relief from ourselves. So, you know, that was you guys' reading. I hope that that portion on Dr. Hite made sense, and I hope that you guys, you know, gleaned from this reading. Take what you can from it, leave the rest if it don't apply. You know, I'm so happy to be able to do you guys' reading for September. And Taurus, just hang in there. Like, I know that this is a difficult time for a lot of us, and like, even a thought just occurred to me. Sometimes being in service of others puts you in a situation where you can gain blessings from the people that you are in service of. Like, you could be in a place where you're totally, like, unstable, lacking stability. The person that you're being in service of, the community that you're being in service of, because you are being in service of them and you are gathering to help them, they gather to help you. You know, it's like, don't lose so much faith in humanity that you forget that people pay it forward. Like, they really do, and people really do have faith, and they learn how to, they appreciate. There are some people out there who still know how to appreciate others that care for them and look out for them. So just remember that, Taurus. And you can find the link to my Squarespace in the description box below if you want to book a personal reading for me. And follow me at the Herb Lady on Instagram. You know, and leave a comment below. Tell me what your thoughts are on the video, Taurus. So you guys take care. Much love. Keep your heads up. You guys got this. You have this. Like, don't talk yourself into thinking that your situation is doomed, because it's not. It's not. It's just they're just asking you to open your hands. Open up your hands and let go of what's not working, so that you can receive that which does work for you. And even Virgo, you know, Virgo is a sign that is of service to others, so you might have that coming, Taurus. Just hang in there. You guys, hold on, hang in there, okay? And I love you guys. Take care. Much blessings to you guys. Ashe, ashe, ashe.